Medicare High Deductible Plan G and Plan F updates for 2022. My company has done a lot of Medicare Supplement high deductible plans. There are events unfolding that will have a significant impact on the value of the high deductible Medicare supplement. If you have a Medicare Supplement high deductible Plan G or a high deductible Plan F, you'll want to hear what I have to say in this video. If you're considering a high deductible Medicare supplement, this video has information that will help you determine if it's a good value for you. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Matthew Clausen with MedigapSeminars.org. My company is an independent insurance brokerage specializing in Medicare and retirement needs. We help people with their Medicare decisions in virtually every state of the country. We work with all Medicare supplement plans. We also work with Medicare Advantage plans and Part D prescription drug plans in 49 states. Our services are free to you, the consumer. You don't pay us. We're paid by the insurance company when we help you with your application. So this video, like all my videos, has no advertisements. We do not generate revenue by your just watching the video. Our business is to help you with your Medicare, and we're paid by the insurance company when we help you with your application. So please contact us for personalized advice and private consultation. As I mentioned, my team and I have written a lot of high deductible Medicare supplement plans for our clients. It can be a great value in certain areas of the country. I'm going to go over the criteria that I use to determine if it is a good value in just a moment. But first, understand that the high deductible of these supplement plans does not apply to Medicare. It only applies to your supplement. Now, this is part of what can make it such a great value. The easiest way to understand the high deductible Medicare supplement plans is to stop thinking of them as high deductible. Instead, think of them as putting a well-defined maximum out-of-pocket limit on your Medicare Part A and your Medicare Part B inpatient and outpatient services. When you have a Medicare supplement, any Medicare supplement, your original Medicare Parts A and B are your primary coverage. Medicare pays first. So I've linked below the benefits of Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B. We get updates every year, typically in late November, for what the next year will be. The deductibles and copays change a little bit every year, but the concept doesn't. With Medicare Part B outpatient services, you pay a small annual deductible of just over $200 when you first see a doctor during the year. Then Medicare Part B pays 80% of your medical bills. You pay 20%. Medicare Part A also has a deductible. It's a per event deductible that buys you 60 consecutive days of inpatient hospital care. From day 61 forward, you pay an increasing per day copay. If you have a hard time following that, just print the Medicare benefits sheet that I have linked below. Without a Medicare supplement plan, you have unlimited financial risk. With the high deductible Medicare supplement plans, your financial risk is limited to their annual deductible. Now for 2021, that deductible was just $2,370. For 2022, it will be $2,490. That's your annual maximum out-of-pocket limit. Your benefits are the benefits of Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B with an annual maximum out-of-pocket equal to the Medicare supplement's deductible. Once your out-of-pocket expenses for inpatient or outpatient Medicare services have been reached, then have reached that deductible, then you have 100% coverage. Everything else is paid for the rest of the calendar year. In my opinion, these Medicare supplement plans shouldn't be called high deductible plans. They should be called high maximum out-of-pocket limit plans because their function is to set an annual maximum out-of-pocket limit on your Medicare. Since I know there are some of you out there that are asking, and hopefully just in your head at this point, I'm going to answer the questions we get very, very often. The Medicare supplement Plan F high deductible and Plan G high deductible are exactly the same. There's a difference in benefit between the regular Plan G and the regular Plan F, but no difference in benefit for their high deductible options. Now, I go through the fancy footwork of how that was developed in my other video on the Medicare high deductible supplements. And it really was a matter of wording. When the law was changed that a supplement could not cover the Part B deductible, well, they moved, they're discontinuing the Plan F, so they moved the high deductible to Plan G, and it doesn't cover it, it credits it, so it gets away with it that way. The Plan F high deductible is for those who were eligible for Medicare prior to 2020. The Plan G high deductible is for everyone else. They have the same benefits and should have the same premium. With that aside, here's what you need to know going into 2022. First, the deductible amount of these plans is written into Social Security law and linked to your CPI, your CPI-U, and that's the Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers. The CPI-U is just slightly different than the CPI. I'm not going to get into that here. Believe it or not, it's not my desire to bore you to tears. The important point to make is that the deductible increases every year with inflation. Of all the Medicare supplement plans, the high deductible plan is the most vulnerable to periods of high inflation. Because the increase in the deductible is a direct decrease in your benefit, periods of high inflation directly reduces the value of the high deductible plan compared to your other Medicare supplements. If you are concerned about high inflation in the years ahead, you should think twice about the high deductible Medicare supplement option. So next, I'm going to go over the criteria that I use to determine if the high deductible Medicare supplement plans are good value relative to your full coverage supplements. And then I'm going to touch on some of the extra benefits of my favorite insurance company for the high deductible plans. And it makes it really an incredible value. The first point to consider is that the Medicare supplement high deductible plans have two moving parts that impact its value. The first, as we've covered, is the deductible itself. As it increases, your benefits decrease dollar for dollar. The second moving part is price, the monthly premium. If you have a high deductible plan with a price that increases every year and a deductible that increases every year with inflation, you have two components of your insurance that are compounding against you. Every year, you're paying more for less coverage. If you're just turning 65, you can have 20 or 30 years of negative compounding that you really must consider. I prefer the high deductible plans in states that have a mandate requiring that all Medicare supplement plans be priced as either issue age or community rated. In these states, there are often some insurance companies where price increases are few and far between. That means that if you're with the right insurance company in those states, your price increases will be few and far between. So let me stress, if you're with the right insurance company, price increases can be few and far between. Otherwise, with the wrong insurance company, you can still certainly experience regular annual price increases. Being with the right insurance company, in essence, neutralizes one of the two components that are compounding against you. As an aside, many people researching Medicare for the first time falsely believe that an issue age or community rated policy equates to no price increases over time. That is not true. All and any Medicare supplement plans can have price increases. There's no price structure that turns a for-profit insurance company into a philanthropic organization. All they have to do is apply to the state for a price increase in any type of Medicare supplement pricing structure. So back to the discussion on the high deductible plans. In an attained age state, you'll often see the Plan G high deductible and the Plan F high deductible increase in price annually, and typically at a faster rate than a Plan N. So if you graph that out over a decade or more, you're going to find the relative value of the high deductible Medicare supplement decreasing each year compared to the Plan N. The second thing to look at is the annual premium savings of a high deductible Medicare supplement plan relative to your next higher coverage that's full coverage, which is the Medicare Supplement Plan N. When I refer to full coverage, I think mostly of the 100% coverage for a Medicare Part A inpatient services, but it really comes down to any hospital stay. So let me explain that for a minute. When it comes to inpatient coverage, which is coverage under Medicare Part A, the Supplement Plan N and the regular Plan G have 100% coverage. You can be in the hospital for a year and not pay a dime. With the high deductible Medicare supplements, you're going to pay the hospital costs up to the Medicare Part A deductible if you are an inpatient in the hospital. Now, if you're in the hospital under observation, your coverage will fall under Medicare Part B, and it can easily cost you your entire supplement plan deductible, which is nearly $2,500. The Medicare Part A deductible is a per event deductible of approximately $1,500. It's per event, as in it resets every 60 days. If you're out of the hospital for 60 days, you go back in again, you'll pay the deductible again. So let's just use the round numbers. The $1,500 is meant to be a round number to make all of this easier. If you're in the hospital as an inpatient, you'll pay a high per night hospital rate up to the Part A deductible of approximately $1,500. So if you're only in for one night, it won't cost you $1,500. It might be a $500 a night stay. So in which case it's going to take you 3 nights to do that. So that is what an inpatient hospital can cost you if you have a high deductible supplement plan. If you're in the hospital under observation, your bills will be covered under Medicare Part B, and that can easily be more expensive. But your high deductible supplement caps your out-of-pocket cost at the deductible of $2,490 for the 2022 calendar year. So now when I evaluate the value of a high deductible plan to your other choices, I look at the annual premium savings versus what it can cost with one major medical event that lands you in a hospital. What is the annual premium savings of a high deductible Medicare supplement plan versus a Plan N? Is your high deductible plan still a good value if you end up in the hospital for any reason? For example, if you're in a state where the price difference between a Plan N and a high deductible plan is, let's say, $50 a month, just for an example, and that's not uncommon. So that's an annual savings of $600 a year in premiums. But it can cost you $1,500 with a single inpatient hospital stay. So that means that one hospital stay can wipe out 2.5 years of premium savings. So are you really saving with the high deductible plan, or are you speculating? If you're in the hospital under observation, it can cost you your deductible of $2,500. With one hospital stay, you can lose 3 to 5 years worth of premium savings. So again, are you saving or speculating? If a single stay in a hospital can wipe out 3 to 5 years of premium savings, is that a good value, or is it a gamble? And there are a lot of states like this. They're mostly attained age states where the price increases every year along with, increases automatically along with the deductible. So let's contrast this to areas like South Florida. Now, Florida is an issue age state. Or we can look at Washington State, New York State, Connecticut State, and others, where there are 2 factors that make the high deductible very attractive. They are states that mandate that all the supplements are either community rated or issue age, plus the average premiums for full coverage like a Plan N are significantly higher than the rest of the country. A Plan N is often at $150 a month or more, for example, which is very common in South Florida. Now, while these high deductible plans can be $50 plus or minus, depending on age and location. So in that case, your premium savings over $1,200 a year, plus you can have a plan with a history of price stability that's really unmatched in the industry. Those are areas of the country where the high deductible Medicare supplement can be a good value if you use the right insurance company. So to review, the biggest weakness of a high deductible Medicare supplement is its vulnerability to inflation. Inflation directly reduces your benefit by increasing your deductible. To find the value of a high deductible plan, you need to compare the premium savings of your high deductible plan versus the premiums of a Plan N, your full coverage. Then compare that savings to the cost of a hospital stay if you end up in a hospital. Can a single hospital stay ruin the value of the high deductible supplement plan? Now, to be fair, I will also recommend a high deductible Medicare supplement plan in some attained age states like California, for example, where prices for Medicare supplements are high and they tend to increase at a faster rate than virtually every other state out there. So there are always exceptions, and those exceptions start when you have a Medicare supplement plan and just really near or over $150 a month. So that said, the last point here, the company I prefer to use for the high deductible Medicare supplement plans has an incredible history of price stability, and that's critical for finding value. In Florida, for example, as in some other states, as of the making of this video, this company has a net price decrease since 2010 for both their Plan N and their high deductible plans. So that's right, the current premium is lower than it was 12 years ago. We've got a lot of clients that are actually paying less today than they did when they got their plan. So Florida is an issue age state with higher than average Medicare supplement premiums. There's no automatic annual price increase. The company has to apply to the state to get a price increase. And in this case, with the company I like to use, it's the opposite. They've got price decreases. So of course, with most companies, if you change plans or change companies in an issue age state, you lose your issue age position. So if you are 65 when you get a plan and you decide at age 70 you want to change companies because you're with the wrong company, then as you shop for a new plan, you're going to pay that 70-year-old rate. You're going to lose the 65-year-old rate that you had been paying. And it's critical to understand that in all states, regardless of how they price their policies, there are some insurance companies that increase their rates annually. So never think of an issue age or community-rated policy means no price increase. It just means that with the right company, price increases are few and far between. And there are plenty of wrong companies. Anyway, that insurance company I like to use has a corporate policy that really sets it apart. So first, if you have a high deductible supplement plan, on your 2-year anniversary of having your supplement plan, they'll send you a letter that gives you a window of time to upgrade your coverage without medical underwriting, and you keep your issue age. So you can move to a Plan G or a Plan N, no health questions asked. Plus, you'll still pay, if you got your original policy at age 65, you'll still pay the 65-year-old rate. You will keep your issue age. In addition, with this company, you can always move down in coverage without medical underwriting, and again, keep your issue age. And that means, for example, if you get a high deductible plan at age 65, and 2 years later you can use that window to change to a Plan N or Plan G, no questions asked, still pay the 65-year-old rate. And then if you change your mind, you can go back down in coverage, back to the high deductible, and reset that 2-year window that gives you a free upgrade on the 2-year anniversary of changing to that high deductible plan. Now, this is a great way to keep your options open and your costs down. It's a flexibility no other company provides. I also use that high deductible plan, by the way, in that company in certain parts of California. and other select states where the Medicare supplement premiums are much higher than average. So if all that interests you, call us or use a quote request that I have linked below and up there. Start a conversation. Again, I've linked the quote request form below. We'd be happy to have a conversation with you. You never get any sales pressure from us. We're here to help you make a good decision for you. So now it's your turn. I make these videos for you to help you make an informed decision. Please leave me a comment below and let me know what part of the video that you found most informative. And I know a bunch of people are going to ask, well, what insurance company it is. I'm not going to put that down in writing. You're going to have to call us to find that out. And by the way, you can't go direct to the company, and even if you could, you couldn't get a better price than what we offer. And it's been with Medicare forever and is one of the top 10 companies in Medicare. So with all of that, please do give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know if you think this video has value. Please share it. And if you have a question I didn't answer, do ask it below, of course, other than giving away the name of the insurance company. Don't you hate secrets? But I am really interested in what you have to say. So I hope that you've found this information helpful. I hope you use what I've suggested to evaluate whether the high deductible plan is a worthwhile value in your state. Give me the likes up. And when you do, when you comment, you help tell the algorithm this is a good video so that other people who are looking for the same answers to the same questions that brought you here will help find this video. So if you want more, subscribe to my channel so you can see all my Medicare videos. I'm Matthew Clausen with MedigapSeminars.org. Thank you for watching.